Brainwave. Today we are going to see Science Chapter 2 Microorganisms Friend and Foe Class 8 CBSE. So first let us see of introduction of what are microorganisms exactly. Now the word itself says the microorganisms are organisms which are micro, which means miniature in size. Now microorganisms are present all around us, but they are too small that they can't be seen with naked eyes. They are present literally everywhere in the atmosphere, like air, water, soil, everywhere. Now microorganisms, microbes. Microorganisms are very small organisms. They can't be seen with unaided eye, also known as naked eye, and they can only be seen with the help of a microorganism. Microorganism may be unicellular or multicellular, and they can exist one alone independently, or they can exist in colonies, that is, they can exist in groups. Now, for example, we see that in rainy season, when we take a slice of bread and we let it sit outside for some time, the bread gets white and green patches around it, which is known as molds or fungi. And soon, the whole slice of bread is captured by the molds, which are again microorganisms. Now we have mainly four types of microorganisms, that are bacteria, algae, fungi, and protozoans. Now in this we have the examples of what these bacteria, algae, fungi, and protozoa contains. We have Amobia, Paramecium, bread mold, Penicillium, Spirogyra, E. coli, etc. Now we have viruses also, which do come under microorganisms, but they don't come under this type, as all these four bacteria, algae, fungi, and protozoa are independent, whereas viruses require a host body or a host organism to reproduce or to multiply. Now the common host body or the common elements for viruses are cold, flu, and most of the cough. These all are caused by viruses. Now also the serious diseases like polio and chickenpox are also caused by viruses. Now here we can see the shapes of the following bacteria, algae, protozoa, and fungi. So we can see over here bacteria present in spiral and rod shaped. You can see the shapes are spirally like spring, and over here we have rod like structures. For algae we have Spirogyra, and literally the structure inside, if you notice closely, is in spiral forms, and Chalamoid, which is in circular form with two antennas diverging from it. Now we have protozoa and fungi. Protozoa we have Amobia and Paramecium. Amobia is again irregular shape, it can be of any shape, whereas Paramecium is in a oval shape, but we can't call it a confined oval. Now fungi we have bread mold, Penicillium, etc. Aspergillus. Bread mold, which we saw in the previous slide, the mold like structures which creates on the bread. Now moving on, so coming to the main topic, microorganisms, are they friend or foe, or are they both? Now microorganisms of course play a very important role in our life, but some of them are beneficial and some of the microorganisms are harmful as well. Now the microorganisms which are used for making curd, cheese, pickle, bread, cakes, alcohol, wine, vinegar, which is also known as acetic acid, these all are beneficial. Whereas the harmful microorganisms, which we'll see in the further slides. Now for making curd from milk. Now there's a bacteria known as lactobacillus which reproduces in milk, and it helps the milk to convert into curd. Now making of bread, there is a fungus which is known as yeast, which is commonly present in household. It reproduces in the flour dough, which is made using all-purpose flour, which is maida, and water, and when yeast is added to that, the yeast releases CO2, that is carbon dioxide, during respiration, which makes the dough soft and fluffy. Now this yeast contained dough is used for making mostly all the bakery items, that are bread, cake, biscuits, pastries, etc. Now, the commercial use of microorganisms which are the beneficial microorganisms, are also used for commercial use, that is on a large scale for the production of alcohol, wine, vinegar, which is acetic acid. Now, yeast is also used in commercial use, but over here the yeast is grown on natural sugar like grains which are barley, wheat, rice, and crushed fruit juices, which for wines we mainly use grapes. Now, there is a process of converting sugar into alcohol which is known as fermentation. Now, we also have Louis Pasteur, who had discovered fermentation in 1857. We have the picture of Louis Pasteur over here. Now, moving on to the medicinal use of microorganisms. Now, suppose whenever you fall sick, the doctor says that you should have tablets, capsules, injections, medicines. Now, all these capsules, medicines, tablets, syrups, all are made from microorganisms. Now, the source of these medicines exactly is microorganisms, and there are medicines which are known as antibiotics, which are mainly produced from bacteria and fungi. Now, we also have some other commonly known as antibiotics, like we have erythromycin and terracycline, etc. Now, these medicines kill or stop the growth of the disease which is causing the microorganism. Now, vaccines, another thing in which microorganisms are mainly used. So, there are disease causing microbes present in our body, like not present, but when they enter our body, the body will produce antibodies. Now, there is a difference between antibiotics and antibodies. Antibiotics are the medicines which are produced by bacteria and fungi, whereas antibodies are which our body produces to fight the invader. Now, our body remembers that what are the good microorganisms present in the body, which are the bad microorganisms present in the body. Hence, if the bad microbe or the disease carrying microbe enters our body again, there are good microbes or antibodies which fight the body, which fight the bad microorganism. Now, there are children are often given injections which help them to fight from several diseases, and these are the necessary vaccines which are available in hospitals. Now, the vaccinations which are given to children for the protection of polio is again under the Pulse Polio program. There are polio drops which are given to the children as in the form of vaccines, which is known as oral vaccination. The polio drops are not given in the form of injection, rather they are given by oral vaccination, which is, you can see here in the picture, the polio drops are given to the child from his or her mouth. Now, the microorganisms also help in increasing soil fertility. Now, there are some bacteria and blue-green algae which help to fix the nitrogen which are able to take the nitrogen from the atmosphere and make the soil nitrogen rich. It also increases the fertility of the soil. These microbes or microorganisms are also commonly known as biological nitrogen fixers. Now, to help in the cleaning of the environment, we can often see that there are large amount of dead organic matter present in the form of decaying plant and animal waste present on the ground. Now, if you see, after some time they disappear because the microorganisms decompose dead and organic waste of plants and animals, converting them into simpler substance which can be later used as manure for the plants. Now, there are of course beneficial microorganisms, but with that we also have some harmful microorganisms. Now, harmful microorganisms, which are disease causing microorganisms in human beings, plants and animals, and these disease causing microorganisms are known as pathogens. Now, when pathogens enter our body, they enter our body through various routes, like the air we breathe or the water we drink, the food we eat. There are several ways through which they can be transmitted by direct or indirect contact. They can also be transmitted to us by an infected person or through an animal which is causing the disease. We often see that a normal person who has a cough or cold is always advised to wear a mask so that the pathogens from his or her body while coughing or sneezing do not get transmitted to a healthy person's body. Now, there are also some other reasons that we have through the air we breathe, through the food we eat, the water we drink, or the physical contact. These are known as communicable diseases, the diseases which can be passed from one person to another person. Now, examples we have cholera, common cold and cough, chicken pox, and tuberculosis. Now, harmful microorganisms. Now, there are various carriers of the harmful disease-causing microorganisms. Now, we have two main harmful carriers of the microorganisms, that are housefly and mosquitoes. Houseflies sit on garbages, animal excreta, and the pathogens get stick to their body. Now, when the housefly flies in the uncovered food or in the street food, we say, the pathogens get transferred from the housefly to the food, and when we eat the food, the disease is transferred to our body. Now, again, mosquitoes, we have female mosquitoes which are anopheles, which carry parasite of malaria. Now, these mosquitoes, when they sit on our body to suck blood, the parasite of malaria again gets transmitted to our body. Now, some common human disease which are caused by microorganisms are listed in the table below. Like we have tuberculosis, chickenpox, and polio, which is caused by the microorganism, bacteria, and virus. The mode of transfer is air or contact of water. Now, we have some preservation methods, preventive methods as well. That is, if the person gets tuberculosis, chickenpox, polio, which is caused by virus and bacteria through air and water, the person is supposed to be kept isolated and vaccines are supposed to be given at suitable ages. Now, another we have cholera and typhoid, which is caused by bacteria through food and water. Now, to avoid this or to prevent us from getting cholera and typhoid, we should maintain personal hygiene, eat from good restaurants or covered food, do not consume street food, have boiled water and properly cooked food. Now, we have hepatitis A, which is caused by viruses, and the mode of transfer is water. Now, to prevent hepatitis A, which is caused by viruses through water, we shall drink boiled water and have vaccinations. Malaria, which is caused by protozoa through mosquitoes, we should use mosquito repellents, nets, etc. Now, there are some disease-causing microorganisms in animals as well. Now, in plants, animals, and humans, see, several microorganisms, but not only cause disease in humans, plants, but also in other animal. Now, for example, we have anthrax, which is a dangerous human and cattle disease which is caused by a bacterium. Now, foot and mouth diseases of cattle is caused by a virus. Now, we have the scientist Robert Koch in 1876, which discovered bacterium which causes by anthrax diseases. Now, what are the disease-causing microorganisms in plants? Now, there are several disease-causing microorganisms in plants as well, like we have in wheat, rice, potato, sugarcane, orange, apple, and etc. Now, these can be reduced by the yield of crops, and they can be controlled by certain chemicals which can be sprayed on the crops to kill the microbes. Now, food preservation is a method that is used so the food can have a longer shelf life and the food is not spoiled by the microorganisms. Now, there are mainly 5 methods, that are chemical method, by using common salt, sugar, oil, vinegar, and by heat or cold treatment. Now, by using chemical method, like when we buy pickles, jams, salt, edible oils, the chemicals used are benzoate and sodium benzoate are one of the common chemicals which are used in pickle, jams and edible oils which are sold in markets so that the food has a longer shelf life. Now, by using common salt NaCl in food items like fish, meat, amla, that is Indian gooseberry, raw mangoes, and tamarind, etc., these are preserved by common salt. Now, common salt is sprinkled on fish, meat, amla, raw mangoes, and tamarind, which prevents the growth of microbes on them. Now, we also have by using sugar for food items like jam, jelly, squashes, etc. Sugar solutions can be used on in jams, jellies, and squashes to prevent the growth of microbes. Now, there's one query that is asked that sugar and salt, these are two methods by which we can preserve jams and pickles. Then why do we need the chemical use? Now, in the markets, the chemicals are used, whereas when we preserve or make pickles, you might have seen your grandmas making pickles at home, or when we make jams at home, jellies at home, that time we are not able to find these chemicals which are also harmful to us. That's why we use common methods like salt and sugar. Now, preservation can also be done by oil and vinegar in food items like pickle and vegetable, fish and meat. Now, these are produced by spraying or applying oil and vinegar on them, which again prevents the growth of microbes. We can also use heat and cold treatments, which is storing food at extreme low temperature, which again does not give the microbes sufficient amount of oxygen to breathe or the suitable temperature conditions, so the growth of microbes are not present over here. Now, pasteurization is again another method. Now, pasteurization is heating the milk to about 70 degrees Celsius for 15 to 30 seconds, and then we suddenly chill it to prevent the growth of microbes. Whenever buying packet milk at home, the milk is often heated to a high temperature before storing in the refrigerator. Now, the nitrogen cycle. The nitrogen which is present in the atmosphere is covered in nitrogen compounds in the soil by nitrogen fixing. Now, we have nitrogen fixing bacteria and blue and green algae. Now, lightning also converted into nitrogen compounds in the soil. Now, these are some pointers to remember in the nitrogen cycle, that are the nitrogen compounds which is in the soil is used by the plants for synthesis of proteins and other compounds, and also plants which feed on animals get these proteins and other compounds. Now, when these plants or animals die, the bacteria and fungi which is there is which is present in the soil converts the nitrogenous wastes in again to the nitrogen compound which is used again. So this cycle continues. The plant eats the animal which feeds on the plants will eat the plants, get the nitrogenous proteins. When the animal dies, this protein will again be extracted from the soil, again be used in the plants, and the cycle continues. Thank you all. That was all for today's video. If there are any doubts, do leave them in the comment section. I'll be sure to answer that. Please like, share, subscribe the video. Thank you.